The following hedge fund video has been brought to you by the HFG. The hedge fund group provides premium service, along with online training and certification for hedge funds, called the Certified Hedge Fund Professional, also known as the CHP designation.
Hello, this is Richard Wilson, and welcome to this short video on hedge fund training. One question I often get is whether somebody's asking me whether they need hedge fund training or what's the importance of getting trained on the topic of hedge funds, and I just wanted to cover that real brief because it's such a common question. The most important reason why you should receive training on hedge funds is that there really is not very many professionals, and not a higher percentage of professionals, who have been formally trained on hedge funds. So most people aren't aware of other investment strategies that are much different from their own, or they're not aware of exactly how a fund of hedge funds operate. They do it at a very high level, at the 10,000 foot level, but not at the 500 foot level or 1,000 foot level, which could make the difference in effectively being able to work with a fund of hedge fund, maybe work for a fund of hedge fund, or in the future, who knows what types of joint partnerships or ventures might be available between you and a fund to fund. So I think that that's just one example of why it's important to learn more about hedge funds. But other than that, I've seen people who, after completing hedge fund training programs, were promoted from a hedge fund research associate to a portfolio manager and risk manager within a hedge fund. I know professionals who now are running companies such as a hedge fund recruiting firm that I spoke to last week, who they now require everybody on their team complete the CHP designation because they want to know that their recruiters know enough about hedge funds so they can work with their clients and they're not going to embarrass the company or make a mistake. That's really basic knowledge about hedge funds. And I think the final reason why hedge fund training, or really any type of training, is valuable is that most of our economy in Europe, the United States, is a knowledge-based economy. Peter Drucker called us knowledge workers because instead of working with steel and metal and hard materials, we're working with knowledge and abilities and skills that people have, which is all related to what you can learn and what you've been trained on. And so if you think of a knowledge worker versus more of a blue-collar type job where you're working with hard materials, your knowledge is really your asset. Like, you yourself are your most valuable and most important asset. And the faster you grow that asset, the more that you're worth. And if you can grow that asset with knowledge that's very specific to the job that you have, that's going to be worth 2 times, 10 times, maybe 30 times more than knowledge that is just maybe more generic. You could read a book on sales or get sales training, but how much more valuable would it be to get capital raising training for hedge funds? That's many layers more specific and more valuable. So I think that lots of people sometimes forget that and forget how important they are as their own asset, and positioning yourself in the industry with all of your experience, training, and relationships is really one of the most important things you can kind of think through and plan. So those are the main points I wanted to get across about the importance of hedge fund training. I hope that answers a few of your questions. And if you have more questions, please feel free to send them in to us. Thank you for your time.